Hi guys, Carol here. I'm always trying to give little fun, creative ideas and exercises to help people kind of open up and expand, to embrace their intuitive nature, and to welcome in spirit. But I also think it's important. I talk about optimizing our well being, and that is really putting ourselves in the right state of mind. Intuition and spiritual connections generally don't thrive unless we have our core, which is really kind of healthy and vibrating and resonating. And so, one of the ways that we can do that is really establishing these intentions to put ourselves in the right frame of mind. And honestly, we're just kind of baffled by what's going on in society today. And this has a lot of us shaken. And so, one of the better things that we can do for ourselves is to set down some goals and to really take a look at that, set our intentions. I do believe that spirit knows what our best intentions are. But at the same time, there's a part of us on the inside that also knows what it is that we truly want and desire. And so, I just want to take a couple of fun moments to share some exercises that I've done in my life that maybe you would like to do. I think the other thing that's fun about this is that you can do this with your kids, you can do this with your family. If you have a spiritual or support group or a community that you work with, these are also fun things that you can do. Now, most people have heard of a vision board, and I'm not talking about doing a vision board unless that's something that you want to do, but this can be something very similar. One of the things that I did was I actually created a list of goals for myself, and I've had this same list for probably, a good 5 or 6 years now. And I sat down and I just made a list of the 10 things that I really, really wanted my life to encompass. Now, these were things like being healthy, strong, and active. I've finally gotten there, right? It's about having a strong and happy relationship. And I've always had that, and I've continued to have that. And it was also about continuing to deepen my intuitive and spiritual connections and to be able to utilize that in service with others. And so I'm getting there, and I've been able to do that as well. So these are things that are really heartfelt desires for you. And I just laminated it, and I have a little kind of an altar area here in my office. It's just a space where I like to keep those things that keep me spiritually and intuitively connected. And so I laminated this, and this stays in my little altar area. The other thing that you can do that's a lot of fun, especially if it's an intuitive or spiritual based group, is maybe ask other people to give input as to what they feel they're getting for you might be something that's really important that you put on your list. It may be something as simple as remembering that you're here to be in service to other people, and that you're going to do that perhaps by being the nurse, or by being the health provider, or by being a medium, whatever it is. And so you can kind of work in this group environment and say, have you ever thought about putting this on your list, and kind of inspiring each other to create that. And what I also do is I look at my list pretty regularly to remind myself of what's really important. It's especially now, again, today, with society being the way that it is, and so many of us feeling disconnected and confused, it's important to remember what's important. One of the things that I had on here is my home is tranquil, organized, clean, and pretty. And so I remember to be grateful for that. I didn't always have those things, and it's taken me until much later in life for me to be able to have that tranquil, clean, pretty, and organized home. And I'm very blessed that I have that. And so these also can kind of become reminders for us that, wait a minute, this was important to me, and I have that right now. So this can also be, in essence, a sense of gratitude and a sense of blessing, as well as an intention for those things that we really want to have in our life. So just creating a little goal list, laminating it, and putting it on your altar, whether you're doing that for yourself or for others, is kind of a simplistic way of doing a vision board. If you want to do that by doing a vision board, that's great as well. Now, the second creative exercise that I have that I also think is a lot of fun that you can either do by yourself with your kids. This would be a fun craft experiment experience with your kids, but also, again, if you are in intuitive or spiritual development type of environment. So I bought this. Basically, what it is it's just a photograph cube that you can get at a very cheap store like a Hobby Lobby. I think at the time I paid 99 cents for that. It's probably a couple of bucks now. The bottom, of course, comes apart. I don't want to pull it apart so I don't ruin everything. But what I basically did was, and I wanted to create what I called an I am cube. And so I wanted to provide, and I'm going to use Power Words, if those of you remember from the Power Word PDF and exercise from several newsletters ago. And I'll put a link to that video down below. If you're a subscriber, I'll include the PDF again in along with this video so you can download it. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to give myself words that were really important for me to remember to think about myself in a positive way. Because remember, words are important. They're how we feel about ourselves. They motivate our thoughts, and our body responds to those things. And so for me, this was just about creating different words. I wanted to be confident and brave. I wanted to be strong, but I also wanted to be unique and loved. And I wanted to feel like I was here for something special, but also that I was forgiven. And so this was what I created as my I am cube. And I actually have it sitting on my desk. And depending on the day, I'll switch the cube to just remind myself of those types of things that I wanted to be. And I ask myself, am I fulfilling those things on my I am cube, right? And so this is just a fun, creative way. If you're interested in your power words and you've watched this video, I'm going to make an offer to you. You can actually email me, and I will take time to sit down and focus on you and ask what your power words are. And I will give you your 5 power words, both the positive ones as well as what I'm going to call the negative ones. Those are the ones that would be challenges for you. So again, if you've watched this video and you're interested, go ahead and email me, and I will take some time to hone in on you intuitively and ask Spirit, what are your power words? And then if you want, you can create a cube or even just write them down for yourselves and realize that these are the words that you need to be focusing on at the time, because they can actually shift how you feel and how you think. So again, just a fun little crafty way to do something that keeps you inspired, that keeps you positive, and then is a visual reminder for you of the things that you had thought were important and you want to continue to remember are important to you. Live green, being compassionate, being creative. And I have found again that over time, when I created this, I didn't feel all of these things at the time, didn't associate with all of these things at the time. And I created this probably a good 8-9 years ago. And looking at it now, I realize how much I've grown and how much these words have really become a part of who I am. And so don't sell yourself short. Try something fun and creative. If you don't want to do an I am cube, you can certainly put anything else that inspires you, right? Whether they're dreams or goals, whether it's health related, positive food items. Just remember to keep it positive and to use this as a reminder. So anyway, just a fun couple little crafts for you to do today. If you're interested in your power words, both positive and negative, just shoot me an email and I will get back with you within 24 to 48 hours with that list and why Spirit has told me that those words are important for you. And that is for subscribers only. Sorry, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I would encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. That is where I'm trying to build my community. So thanks for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.